Oh my gosh, everybody. I've just been having some technological problems. The iPhone storage thing, I had to put my thinking cap on because it was filling up, and it's like there's anyway. You probably don't need to know the details, but I was frustrated uh, because of it. Anyway, welcome to reading the Bible to cats. I clicked on something, and apparently that has fixed the problem, but I don't really know what I did to make it better. I hope I didn't just delete all my photos forever and ever or something. Anyway, let's. Oh, Guster's showing his belly. Um, Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for, you know, bearing with me as I'm not a professional YouTuber. Hold on a sec. Wasn't that cute to see Guster's fang? That was cute. Well, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for your sweet comments. I had a nice weekend. I drove to Pennsylvania from DC and visited a friend I hadn't seen in a long time, and we spent the weekend together, and it was really nice. She's a good friend from that I've known for a long time, so we just reconnected again. It was really nice. So yeah, sometimes a little change of perspective is needed, kind of get out of your routine and do something different. And so it was great to reconnect with her. Um, yeah, and the leaves in Pennsylvania seem to be turning a bit, so that's pretty. Well, we, oh, and good news. It's Sunday night, and apparently the hostages will be set free soon, so that's wonderful. We've been praying about that. Um, yeah, that's great news. Well, let's pick up where we left off with Revelation chapter 15. And what else would I want to say before I jump in? Yeah, just keep me in prayer because I have I have some anxiety because I have this ringing in my ears still, and it's kind of weird to me. Um, and I catastrophize, so I immediately think, "Oh no, it's a brain tumor." Oh man, I don't know. Or oh no, soon I'll go deaf. Um, that kind of thing. So yeah, have to laugh, but I do need prayer. And we'll get it checked out soon. But anyway, let's just pounce on it now. Okay, Revelation chapter 15, and we will read from the. Hold on, which translation am I reading from? Hold on. Oh, yeah, the Complete Jewish Bible. Okay, I saw in heaven another great and marvelous sign, 7 angels with the 7 last plagues. Last, because with them God's wrath is completed. And I saw what looked like a sea of glass glowing with fire, and standing beside the sea, those who had been victorious over the beast and its image, and over the number of its name. They held harps given them by God, and sang the song of God's servant Moses and the Lamb. Great and marvelous are your deeds, Lord God Almighty. Just and true are your ways, King of the nations. Who will not fear you, Lord, and bring glory to your name? For you alone are holy. All nations will come and worship before you, for your righteous acts have been revealed. After this, I looked, and I saw in heaven the temple, that is, the tabernacle of the covenant law, and it was opened. Out of the temple came the 7 angels with the 7 plagues. They were dressed in clean, shining linen and wore golden sashes around their chests. Then one of the 4 living creatures gave to the 7 angels 7 golden bowls filled with the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. And the temple was filled with the smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no one could enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed. Okay, everybody, that's the end of Revelation chapter 15. And yeah, so the people who were martyred, during the time of Jacob's trouble or the Great Tribulation, they were given instruments. It says here harps, but kind of wonder if if they're like guitars or something. And they sang the song. They were singing, and it says, that they had been victorious over the beast and its image and over the number of its name. Yeah, so even though it's interesting they were victorious, because they lost their heads, they were martyred. And it's interesting we speak in the past tense, but it's yet future. But yeah, they were martyred, and because they wouldn't take 666, they wouldn't take the number of the Antichrist, the devil, basically. So they died, but they were victorious because they're living in heaven and they're singing, and they're playing their harp or their guitar, or it's like a jam session in heaven, basically, just a party. And those are the lyrics: "Great and marvelous are your deeds, Lord God Almighty," and it goes on, But I remember learning a song with those lyrics ages ago in LA, and I don't make me sing. I can't sing it for you, but it was like it had like a oh no, now I want to sing, but I can't sing. It's like, "Great and marvelous are your works, O Lord, King of the ages art thee." So I totally forgot the words. Wait, "Great and marvelous are your deeds, O Lord, King of." I can't sing. I can't sing. Da, 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 da. Like, it's not coming to me. Great and marvelous are your deeds, O Lord. King of the ages art thou. Who shall not fear and glorify thy name, O Lord? For you alone art holy, you alone, all your Okay, sorry everybody. That was a really bad song. But there is a song that kind of sounds like that out there somewhere. Oh man. And then it's kind of like la 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 la. Who shall not fear and glorify thy name, O Lord? For something like that. Anyway, that was uncalled for. You know what? I can only sing if I'm being goofy. Like I have to be in, have it like a goofy character. So it would be like, "Great and marvelous are thy works, O God, King of the ages art thou. Who shall not fear and glorify thy name, O Lord? For thou alone art holy, thou alone." So man, I can't believe I'm gonna post this. Anyway, yeah, I can only sing in like character or be goofy. Anyway, so they sing, they learn the song, and I'm sure it doesn't sound like that, and I'm sure it's like really an amazing tune that everybody loves, and everybody's probably partying and rejoicing in heaven. And then in verse 5, there's a temple. Well, and it's the tabernacle of the covenant law, and and it was opened. So there it is. But then out of the temple came the 7 angels with the 7 plagues. So it's reminiscent of, you know, the time in Egypt, with Pharaoh and the plagues of, the plagues of that time. But this is um, the final plagues. This is when, it says that, where does it say that? With the 7 last plagues, last because with them God's wrath is completed. Yeah, that's it. After that, it'll be completed. It'll be complete in terms of judgment or wrath, I guess. Yeah, and there's a lot of imagery here. But yeah, anyway, I probably better not comment on everything because I'm in a weird place right now. And I just sang a song that sounded really bad. But yeah, so we'll leave it there. We will pray. Lord, thank you for your word, and help me to not catastrophize. I know, it seems like it would take a miracle, Lord. But for instance, with this passage that we just read, I'd rather focus on the fact that heaven is rejoicing and singing a new song, singing, just having a great party because you are righteous, as the song says. It's a song of rejoicing instead of the plagues. I don't really like focusing on the plagues, anything having to do with plagues. But I pray, Lord, you help me with my insecurities and issues because there are many. And just release me from my fears. Thank you for your word. It's so true. I see your word coming to pass. I mean, everything you said is coming about. That's why I'm not surprised or shocked by what's happening in the world. It's all so prophetic. And this passage we read is yet future, but yet it will happen. And I pray, Lord, that we can have your strength as we live out our days here on earth, that we would have your joy. And forgive me for my fear, my irrational fears that will have been based in reality, though. I mean, trauma. I pray for anybody out there who struggles with trauma and traumatic pasts and pain from their past that shows up in their day to day. I pray you bring them healing, Lord. And I think of the hostages. I can't imagine the trauma they've been through. I just can't imagine it. I pray for healing, Lord. I pray. It's just unimaginable. We need your spirit because there is evil. And we need your strength and your joy and your comfort and your goodness and your hope and healing. Oops.